again.
Hey, listen, I just want to call out one person.
And I hate myself a lot.
But stuff. You're getting punched in the dick.
There needs to be more Street Shark references.
I say who?
That's funny as hell.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Underqualified and Overcompensated podcast. I am your host with the least, most roads. To my left, your right, the always beautiful, always well-lit, way more production value than the rest of us, Rico,
a.k.a. the RGB King / Let's get it going.
And below us, trying to become the next wild man of Alaska, just looking beautiful with that 4-post corner bed.
Oh, it's so nice.
I feel seduced right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Vickers.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey,
How are you?
how's it going?
How's it going?
AKA the 4-post King.
It's been a long day.
I bet, man. How long is the flight from
wherever you came from to wherever?
So it was like 12 hours.
12 hours?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Non-stop?
That's like total travel time. I had a 4-hour layover in Seattle.
Okay,
Gross.
so it's about an 8-hour
and then two
flight.
4-hour flights.
Did you visit the autonomous zone while you were there?
The what?
The autonomous zone?
Is that
No?
still a thing?
Who knows?
I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Mm. So I guess you didn't then. All right, moving on.
No, I don't. I don't know what that is.
The zone that the rioters took over in Seattle.
Oh no, I didn't want to leave the airport and deal with COVID.
Solid choice.
Yeah, that makes sense. You go from a place, Alaska's like, COVID, to Seattle, where it's like, yeah, that's still fucking good.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, dude. And then I get down here to Louisiana, and no one gives a shit. They're all spitting on each other and shit.
But it's so a thing.
Dude, yeah, I know it's a thing because no one gives a shit.
If I was in Louisiana, I wouldn't give a shit either.
You're Louisiana, fuck
It's
it.
hard to give a shit here. It really is. There's nothing to look forward to at the end of the day but getting drunk. Yep. Rico, maybe you should come visit.
Am I in Louisiana?
Yeah.
No, Rico.
I live in a
are
constant
Louisiana.
state of Louisiana.
You are Louisiana.
I am Louisiana.
Am I New Orleans?
Why do I have all these beads on me all of a sudden?
Just flash. So how you boys been doing?
All right.
Yeah?
Just living life.
Doing the thing.
Living life, living large?
Yeah. I don't know about large, but
What is
living medium-sized?
yeah,
I'm like a hard medium. We're in the middle. So what stuck out to you guys this week?
Let's see. We got a new.
You mentioned it before the cast. California now they're banning new sales of gas cars, or they're higher taxing it.
No, they're banning new sales of gas vehicles because they don't understand that that the environmental impact of electric vehicles is way higher initially, and also when these things explode, they explode for days. So gender reveal bombs will no longer be the cause of California fires in a few years. It'll be my Tesla blew up.
I mean, do they explode often though? Is that like a normal thing?
I don't think
it's not a normal thing, but when it does, it's glorious.
So it's a rare thing. So it's about as likely as a gas vehicle blowing up spontaneously.
Maybe.
No? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
All I know is a gas vehicle does not take 3 or 4 days to stop going out.
I mean that I'm gonna have to Google that. I want to see.
I just looked it up, and the first thing that I could find was an article that says how exploding electric cars could save your life.
What?
I'm trying to figure this out. Hold
That doesn't
on.
even make sense. That's not even science.
That's definitely not science.
How being lit on fire
if you're in the
could
chat,
lead
you
to a
can
higher libido.
get in there. Explain to us how exploding electric vehicles can save your life. Because those batteries, they blow up in series and they take days and nothing puts them out. They just have to let them burn out. So gender reveal explosions will no longer be the cause of California wildfires. You heard it here first on the underqualified and overcompensated. Your electric vehicle, if you're in California, will be the cause of the next fire.
Or just being in California.
It's something called a pyrofuse,
Uh-huh.
where it will disconnect all of the electrical activity. And I guess like a lot of vehicles don't have that safety net in place, so they just kind of explode forever instead of cutting off power.
Yeah. Because it's the batteries that are there. The batteries are in series heating up and saying, oh shit, it's time to blow. You thought this fire was out?
Oh, so to at least tell you that it's going to blow.
You get a message
all
from
power's
Elon.
out.
Elon is like, hey, that battery 2 is about to go out. So you might want to sit back and get some marshmallows.
Well, I was watching. So you're right about like the environmental impact because the mining or the components of it are disastrous. But I was watching it was either a video or a podcast a while back of Bill Nye explaining this process.
You lost me at Bill Nye. I knew you were going with Bill Nye. You immediately lost me at Bill Nye.
So he's with you on it. The fact that
oh really? Okay.
Yeah, the environmental impact of normal electric cars are really bad until they create a certain kind of battery. I can't remember what he called it. Certain type of battery that they have prototypes for, and Elon Musk is like well ahead of everyone else in developing this. It's not like perpetual motion. It's I can't remember, but it doesn't need any of that stuff that's like normally mined. So it's like a higher fuel cell almost.
Okay.
And until they develop that, then electric cars really aren't a viable source of like of other use than gas.
Don't get me wrong. I would buy a Cybertruck right now if I could. Fuck the environment, but I will understand.
If I could buy a Tesla right now, I fucking would.
I want to go plaid in a Cybertruck.
Really, I would 100%. If I had the money, I would 100% buy that. That and the new
he's
Bronco
saying like
are
he's
my
trying to
shit
make
right now.
one within like the next 10 years is like 25 grand.
Oh, of the trucks.
Just an electric car from Tesla.
So that's like
The
their
Cybertruck
initial
really isn't
goal.
that
Like,
expensive.
yeah, the truck's not that expensive. That was their goal anyway, to make it somewhat affordable. And then later on down the road, it'll become more affordable. It's the same way with the new Broncos that are coming out. They're oddly not that expensive.
Oh, so sexy.
Oh, so beautiful. I want one so bad. And like the baseline model of it, which is, I think it's in between like 35 and 40,000. Which is reasonable for a vehicle like that. The baseline has all of the luxuries on the inside that you would get for 50, 60,000. So they're like, our base model is going to have fucking everything you would want in it to start off with. And we're going to make it affordable because we know everyone wants a fucking Bronco. To be honest, I really do. I think it's dope.
In a heartbeat. Ford, if you're listening, we will test all your Broncos.
100%. That and the new Raptor, just send it my way, my friend.
Nope, that's
past
the ringer. I want a Bronco.
How do I do that? Okay, so yeah, if I go to buy a Tesla Model C right now, the standard is $33,690.
Yeah,
and they're trying to get that down to 20,000.
Well, yeah, because 20,000 is about average for like your baseline car. Like that's pretty decent.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the California legislation will help put that because people will be forced into getting electric vehicles at some point.
Well, it won't be as competitive. So they won't have to, if they ban the sale of gas cars, they can then lower their prices because then everyone would be looking for newer vehicles and they all have to be electric. So, I mean, it will lower the prices because then they don't have to compete with gas cars.
Well, yeah, but all the gas car manufacturers are just going to put all their money into research and development for electric cars. So,
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So then it's all electric car,
Mhm.
and then it'll be like before electric cars came out, so everyone can get, different models and different brands. I'm perfectly okay with that as long as Ford stops trying to fucking sell me the Volt and shit. We're good.
That's a Chevy. How dare you? Don't
No, Chevy
touch-
Volt. What?
Chevy.
What? Ford Spark? Is that what it is?
What?
What's the Ford electric vehicle?
Oh
There
my
are children
God.
screaming downstairs. I'll be right back.
Ford electric car.
I think it's like the Spark or the Leaf or something like that.
The
Oh my
Leaf,
God,
I
they're
think,
all
is a hybrid.
The Leaf is Nissan. The
Okay.
Spark
Yeah.
is a Chevy. Ford has hybrids in almost every vehicle in their lineup, except maybe the trucks
They have
maybe the
They
trucks
have a
switch
Ford
over.
Mustang Mach E.
Yes, that's
that
not
electric?
officially out yet.
Yeah.
It actually looks very enticing.
It's electric?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
It's an SUV.
crossover too. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
an
yeah, it
SUV
is.
crossover.
So it's
Oh,
a
that does look-
Mustang.
That's
SUV?
I really don't know how to feel about it.
I hated it initially, and then I started like watching more things on it. I was like, this is kind of okay.
It looks kind of dope.
I mean, you got to look at the market. The market right now is Ford has stopped all car sales. They're just only selling SUVs pretty much at this point. Besides,
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe like one vehicle. So it's they're just going where the market's leading them. That's the market.
So-
baby.
Who's okay? So we're
So
now
it's a
advertising.
mid-size.
We want that
Hey
Ford.
Ford.
money.
Hey Ford. We got how many viewers we got?
For
Five.
first on race day, baby.
I mean, that's not. I don't know. Why does it have to be a Mustang though? Why can't it?
You know what? They're capitalizing on the name. They've never truly bastardized the Mustang besides maybe
Until
the
now.
Mustang 2. And this is a for me, it's a logical step. People are leaning towards electric. Eventually, the Mustang may not be able to support a gasoline engine. This is where it's going. This is the market determining where things need to go.
What do you mean towards electric?
Yeah, towards electric, towards SUVs. People aren't buying cars anymore.
Well, yeah. I mean, for me
Because
personally,
people don't have fucking money anymore.
They are finding 50 or 60 grand at minimum for like Tahoes, Expeditions, Explorers.
Fucking dude.
I mean, now that I have a family, so now me ever having really just a normal car is just it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And even like for my wife's work vehicle, we bought a Mazda RX-7, and like it really serves no purpose. Like I can barely fit the kids in there. I can't fit anything else but the fucking kids. So I'm trying to trade it in for a fucking truck.
Kenny, what up, bro?
What's up, Kenny?
Jesus.
Yeah, that was very loud. You just
You
spiked
got
the shit out of that.
you need a bigger screen on your mic.
Oh my God, did one of my lights just die?
Oh my lord.
Production value. It's going down. Welcome, Kenny. How you doing there, buddy?
Sorry, cut the show.
Haven't
I
seen you in a
don't know
while.
what's going on right now.
Cut the show. Cut the show. I'm sitting in a bed.
Stop this show right now. I lost all lighting.
Restart.
Oh wow, that's not
so-
cool.
So we got the electric car. What else have you guys noticed in the news?
Well, I
something
don't
I'm
know,
holding on
but
to.
but to add to that is, it's not. I'm tired of this fucking narrative that the consumer is the problem when it comes to climate change.
Mm.
What do you mean, like people driving?
Like fucking
fuel.
all of the pushes for everybody to fucking just like go vegan or get a fucking electric car. Like, yes, those things help. However, 90% of the fucking pollution is by 100 different companies.
Yeah, isn't it like the top 100 companies are in like they are the most pollution
Yes.
causing.
I mean, that would make sense, though. I mean, they're the biggest production.
Yeah, but so with those, they should be looking for other means of energy and sources. And
They should, but nobody's making them, so they're
Well,
not
yeah.
going to.
well, no, because we also have a government that doesn't prioritize that shit. Like we
Yeah.
were all in Germany. How many fucking windmills did you fucking see?
So many.
Bro. Yeah.
Every house had a solar
Every
panel on it.
fucking where.
Like,
And their fridges are super tiny. They don't have they don't have dryers.
mhm.
They all hang their clothes. They don't have AC.
Dishwashers are not a thing.
Yeah, man. Like,
And it makes sense. Like, I don't need a dishwasher. Like, I would prefer to have a dryer, but like, I don't need a dishwasher. And over there, like, as much as I love AC,
I mean,
I could do without AC. But also, you don't have to
That's-
do without AC if you just power it differently. If it was more solar power and other sources, then we could still power everything we have. Like, there's certain
Yeah.
places that could capitalize on fucking hydropower from waterfalls and rivers that are right next to them.
Americans aren't gonna fucking go for that.
It's going to take a very, very long time.
Look, first you're coming for my guns, and now you're coming for my fucking dishwasher.
no
Hell
one's ever
no.
taking a dishwasher. I would rather give them my guns than my dishwasher.
I barely use my dishwasher in the first place. I hand wash everything perfectly clean, and then I put it in the dishwasher.
Yes, I put it in the dishwasher. That's my drying rack.
Yes!
I just wash the shit in the sink and then load the dishwasher and then let it dry.
You really don't know what you're missing. They set it and forget it aspect. The Ron Paul Peel effect, if you will. Being able to just put something in a place and just walk away.
Except I've never had a dishwasher that has ever cleaned all of the food off of the dish. Ever.
Yeah, that's the most annoying thing is I have
The
to
hardened
pre-clean
food?
my dishes to put them in the dishwasher. Like the dishwasher doesn't do all the work. I got to
You
do
pull
most
a
of the
fork
work.
out and you have
And
to
I'm like-
go
I'm like,
crunchy,
if I'm
crunch,
doing-
crunch.
If I'm doing this much work, I might as well just like put some fucking soap on it and call it a day.
I mean, you could just pre-rinse. That's what I do. I waste 1 million gallons of water to pre-rinse. They're mostly clean before I put them on my dishwasher. And then the dishwasher finishes the last 5%. I mean, America.
I put in most of the effort and then I use something else to finish. No, I really hope that in the next few years, hopefully with changes in presidents and Congress, stuff like that, that eventually
he said it. He said it.
I said next few years, I mean like 20.
That
Roach
sounds
just said
like
he's
three.
he's
You is
he's
three.
voting Biden. You really want that? I'm not going to go to
No,
Biden right
I
now.
want someone, right? I want a change in leadership to eventually put effort on renewable energy sources. I think through traveling through Europe, there are so many options, and they just shoot it down immediately. Like they don't even consider them. They're like oil and coal. That's what we're doing. It's like, how much shit do we have running off of coal?
Lots. I know, but the state of Florida itself runs off mostly coal plants. So,
Really?
Yes.
Oh, for the power plants?
yes.
I mean, even nuclear nowadays is not a bad option.
No, that's the best option.
Yeah.
It is. You're not
it's
wrong.
It's nuclear is only dangerous when human error comes into effect.
Oh, you
a
mean
lot
like
of
everything.
like a lot of the way that they have the fucking nuclear plants designed is so that like if it starts overheating, it'll automatically shut off. But then some dipshit will like come in and like hit a button, and then the whole fucking thing melts down.
Well, I mean,
This
that's
is
what happened.
fine.
Well, that's what happened with Chernobyl, right?
So
Like it was
yeah,
overloading, and something happened where they're like, fuck it.
somebody said that in order for like nuclear energy to be successful, you need a human and a dog, like managing it, and the human or the dog is just there to make sure that the human doesn't fucking touch anything, and that's it.
And
Hey,
the human's
you
there
have
to
just
feed the
pet me.
dog.
Don't touch anything. Just pet me.
Yeah,
The human's there to feed the dog. I like it.
yeah.
Just every nuclear power plant will have one dude and a super fluffy dog that's super fucking needy.
I just want to play fetch.
Just one over energetic Bichon. Just all right. I mean, yeah. So renewable energy would be nice, and the fact that if we're the only place that is like, hey, if you want to do renewable energy, that's fine. Put solar panels, but you have to pay a tax on it, and then also we're going to tax you for using it.
It depends on your location.
Yeah.
So, like here in El,
Places do that.
so here in El
Or
Paso, you
most
basically have to
Republican
pay
places
nothing.
do that. Really?
Yeah, you basically they're paying you in El Paso basically to like get solar panels, so that way you could feed back into because when you put solar panels on your house, you're fueling your home, but then you're feeding back into the network.
Yeah, whatever your excess is goes back on the mainframe. Yeah.
So I don't know. It depends on your area.
That's why most places you actually get paid for putting more in.
Well, yeah. No, like the power company will send you a fucking check if you're putting enough back into the system.
They'll send you a check, or they'll give you a cut on your bill.
Yeah, I think it should be completely normal for every house to have a solar panel on it. And we should be looking more into hydropower and nuclear and fucking wind. Like back home in Idaho, it's the desert. The wind never fucking stops blowing. Windmills would be great. But no. And we have a massive river that runs all the way through this bitch. And guess what? The dams are shut down.
So a river runs through it, is what you're saying.
Yes, river runs through it.
Let's see. Alejandro Rambal says, in Florida, there are tax breaks. Breaks for having private solar power.
Full stop.
Hey, Brad, thanks for pulling a fucking first sergeant and just reiterating what Rico said.
I just want a caveat on what Rico said.
Hey, guys, I don't want to hold you any much longer. I know you got a weekend, but just a caveat what he said. All of the things he said. Spelling hard.
You ain't wrong, bro. Spelling is hard.
Words are hard, my friend. Words are hard. Especially, when it's your second language that you've spoken that for 20 years now.
So I got another one for me.
Okay.
And it's so less impactful, but it's we do a gaming channel that we don't put a lot into. Microsoft buying ZeniMax out of nowhere. What a huge deal.
I wonder what broke them down to accept that offer, though. I'm sure
It
Microsoft
was
lowballed.
Fallout
It was the
76.
money. Hold on. How much?
It was definitely Fallout 76.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mean that Microsoft lowballed them at all. That would not play. But I wonder what would have led them to be like, fuck it.
So it was the second
$7.5
biggest
billion.
Yeah,
Holy
huge
shit.
amount. It was the second biggest gaming acquisition in history. The first one being 8.5 or 8.2 billion for Mojang, which makes Minecraft. Microsoft bought that. That was one studio for 8.2 billion.
Yeah, they're buying
And-
Bethesda for 7.5.
And Bethesda was like, I don't know, 5-6 studios for 7.5. That doesn't count like mobile. I think Tencent bought Supercell for a ridiculous amount too. But
Tencent bought Supercell for 8.6 billion.
yeah.
Microsoft bought ZeniMax for 7.5. Activision Blizzard bought King for 5.9.
Oh, really?
King knows.
Microsoft
King
bought Mojang.
is the one that does fucking Candy Crush.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
And then Microsoft bought Mojang for 2.5. Facebook
Oh shit, I
bought
was very
Oculus
off.
for 2.
Huh.
I thought the Mojang one was way bigger.
But yeah, I mean, at 7.5 billion, that's a lot of money.
That's a
But
lot.
that means your company is worth 7.5 billion. Why would you?
So we were talking about this earlier, and during this current generation, moving on to next generation, Microsoft has very much pushed the we're not in this console war type of thing anymore. But then they just hit with nuclear strikes.
They're not in the game anymore because they won. They're like,
You can't be in the game when you own the game.
So
this is no longer a competition.
Yeah, it's like Disney. They're like, hey, we're not competing with other studios because we own them.
we're gonna get
play games. We don't care where you play them because all
Exactly.
the money's going to us.
And a lot of things that people aren't talking about, how it like affects Steam. Every time you see a Steam sale, all of the Bethesda stuff goes on sale for like ridiculously cheap stuff. And here Microsoft is just pushing it out on Game Pass day in, day one. Just, you can play it on an Xbox, you can play it on your goddamn Android phone. We don't care where you play it, we got it.
Yep.
Well, it means all the Bethesda games will now be on Xbox.
Yeah, they have some Deathloop
it-
and some Ghost of something game. I don't know.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
the Samurai
no.
game? No.
No, not Ghost of Tsushima. I forget the name of it.
Ghost of Tsushima?
It's I forget the exact name of that game, but those were previous agreements with Sony for exclusives, whether timed or full-on exclusives. They're still going to honor those, but the fact that they're going to just like the majority of Western RPGs, just like, hey, if you want to play them, there's a possibility you can only play them here. And instead of like putting out $80 a game, maybe you just get Game Pass with the cost of a console for like $15 to $25 a month, whatever it is, the installment plan. And you could have a Series S, which honestly I think 1440p gaming is where it's at, or 4K to 8K, which if you see the 3090 and 3080 launch from NVIDIA, that's not really a fucking thing.
Well, like the difference between the two is like one has a disk drive, one doesn't. Which, hey, GameStop, how did fucking us down for discs work out for you for so long now that discs are no longer a thing?
GameStop is closing a lot of locations. That would
because
have
PlayStation and Xbox both said we're not using those anymore.
Skyrim for bidet. I'll play that. I just want to I want to FUD-do-rah all over the toilet bowl.
Like,
Okay, here it is.
I am interested though. So these new consoles that are coming out, right?
Mhm.
They don't have disk drives, or the base models.
No,
They don't have
the-
disk drives.
You
the
have an
base
option.
model. Yeah, you do have an option.
Yeah, the base model doesn't have disk drives, so I have a few discs.
Mhm.
How do I then re-download them onto my fucking thing?
You
No,
pay
you
for them
don't.
again,
You gotta pay. For,
I
you,
just have to
gotta,
pay for them again.
you gotta pay for the one with the disk drive.
or
If you have
maybe you just get Game Pass and that game shows up on Game Pass. I don't know. That's kind of a little shot in the dark there. Game Pass is the biggest deal in gaming. It's the first nuclear strike. Then you add EA Play. Then you add fucking all of ZeniMax / let's really call them Bethesda because that's the marketing we're going
That's
with.
what they are. Yeah.
That's a big deal, dude.
Well, so the newer ones, aren't they like a 2 terabyte storage as well?
So storage is going up, as you can see from Call of
Because
Duty
Call of
Modern
Duty is
Warfare.
like 200 gigs.
Every day I turn on Call of Duty, there's another 200 megabyte update.
Yeah.
So
And every major update is 65 gigs. That's the size of the game. Why am I re-downloading the game again? It doesn't make sense. I
Hey,
want to
we
go back
had-
to the old days of fucking playing Crash Bandicoot. Guess what? Every time I plugged it in, the game fucking worked.
hey, then you're in luck. Crash Bandicoot, It's About Time is coming out shortly.
Oh no, I have it. But then also,
So I
like,
found the
fucking
pricing.
James Bond game, like
Hit me with the
007
pricing.
GoldenEye. I didn't have to
Okay,
re-download
so-
it every time.
The Xbox. Let's see. Let's start with the base one.
model.
Okay.
$299.
So
Too easy.
an Xbox One S console,
Uh-huh.
24 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, and an 18-month console upgrade option to upgrade to a Series X within 18 months with the purchase of an Xbox One. $22.99 a month, and that comes
And you
with
get Game Pass with that.
that comes with Game Pass. That comes with Xbox Live, which you're already paying $15 a month for. So you're paying $7 extra a month for a console and their full library of games.
What a fucking nuke.
Okay. So the next gen, the base model for the next gen, the Series S, is
Uh-huh.
$24.99 a month.
Yeah.
For 24 months. You pay that for 2 years, and then after that, you own the console and you go back to your fucking $15 a month for your
And then you
fucking
buy the new Xbox.
yeah. And then the top of the line, the Xbox Series X,
Mhm.
$34.99 a month for 24
Smart.
months.
Yeah,
Not bad.
it's fucking crazy. They're the God, it's such a loss ratio that you feel like they're taking because they're giving so much away that it's hard to see. Like Microsoft
They've
is
always-
a $1 trillion company.
They've
So they
always
have this
sold
wiggle room.
consoles at a loss.
I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to take a loss on this though. I think
They're
they're going to
taking
make more money.
they're gonna
because-
take a loss on the console
Mm.
up front, but they're gonna make way more than that on all
Well,
of the subscriptions and shit.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why you
because of
pay
this-
$15 a month to play online on fucking Xbox
I
and
think-
PlayStation because that's where they make their fucking money.
I think they're going to make more though because initially just by opening it up, right? It's just you buy it for $400 and that's what it is. You have people that don't have $400, so the people who have that they go out and
Especially
they buy
now.
the game. But nowadays, right? Like myself, I don't have just $400 to drop, but I would like it to have it
Share, like, and
for
subscribe. So we can get the
$35 a
$4.
month. 35
Yeah,
bucks
buying
a
it on
month.
credit is definitely gonna open it up to a lot more people being
Yeah.
able to buy it.
Yeah,
but
so
also
I think
they're-
they're actually going to make more money that way.
They're gonna make more money because not just because of that, but because they're opening up the market to.
Yeah.
They're not just saying, "Hey, here's our fucking Xbox and the games." They're like, "You got a phone? You can fucking play our games. You got a computer? You can play our fucking games too.
Yep.
Hey, your fucking Samsung fridge? You want to play Skyrim on it? We fucking got you, dude."
I'm waiting for the video to come out of some dude who reprogrammed his fucking fridge.
Oh, somebody already has.
Oh,
Oh, really?
sure.
Guaranteed.
You can play Skyrim on your Alexa.
On your
It's-
Alexa?
Your Alexa, you can play
Oh.
Skyrim on your
You,
Alexa.
you definitely threw a R on the end of that.
I
Yeah.
did.
Hard R.
You know, hard R.
How do you play it on an Alexa? It doesn't have a screen.
It's a voice simulated choose your own adventure type situation.
Oh,
yeah.
kind of like the old school
Old school.
1980 video games.
Old school.
Which, by the way, if you're into like how video games progress, there is a bomb ass documentary on Netflix about from the beginning of video games all
there.
the way through every single game to FPS, through Pac-Man, the people who made it, all the way up to it, and like the original like RPG games of just having to click one choice at a time.
Hell yeah.
Like, it
Myst.
was really interesting to see the evolution of it and like
Myst
see
was a
all these
fucking-
people that were in the old 1980s fucking Pac-Man championships at like age of 12 and fucking everything up.
I learned that recently Myst was the best selling game of the 90s.
Myst
Myst.
was a fucking pioneer, dude.
I played 2
Where-
seconds of it and, but I was not aware that it was the
It
best
was
selling game.
I think it was like early 90s.
Was it an RPG game?
Yeah.
I think that's in the documentary. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, MYST.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah. I mean, super dope. On the topic of documentaries, also, how Netflix came to fucking power on Amazon Prime is another dope documentary.
They mailed a bunch of discs to people
Yeah.
in the
Well,
fucking,
it goes over, like,
They
it
were
talks about how they were formed and then their war with Blockbuster.
They mailed discs and they were like, "Hey, do you not like going to your mailbox? You could just do this from your TV."
So I haven't finished the documentary yet, and I haven't gotten to the point of them just doing
when they
streaming.
shifted.
Yeah, when they just started streaming, because they already blew Blockbuster out of the water.
Well,
before they
Blockbuster
started doing
fucked up. Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy out Netflix, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Why the fuck would I want to do that? I'm Blockbuster."
I'm at that point. Like they were like they're spying on each other because Blockbuster is doing the same mail-in shit now,
Yeah.
and then like because
It's kind
I
of like
don't-
the Nintendo PlayStation. Nintendo was like, "No, we're not going to do this." And Nintendo is still making a lot of money, but had they embraced the partnership of Nintendo Sony, they probably would have dominated even more than they are right now.
yeah. I mean, Nintendo kind of died off. Like
Maybe,
I don't
but
even
things-
remember truly when Blockbuster like died. I just remember one day it wasn't there anymore.
I remember because I went there and bought a bunch of Blu-rays for like $1.
they went out of business because of fucking late fees.
Oh yeah, I mean that's Netflix's rise. They were like, "Hey, do you fucking hate late fees?
Well, like
No
you
more
wouldn't
late
even-
fees."
you
But
wouldn't
then
even be
they
turning this shit
canceled their
late.
late fees. Blockbuster came out like 2 years later. Was like, "Hey, no more late fees," because they were getting owned by
yeah.
Netflix.
But nobody gave a shit at that point. They were like, "You already fucking charged me out the ass for late fees. Suck a dick."
due to the documentary,
I'm going to
watching,
Netflix,
like,
dude.
they got rid of it, and then so they made a comeback. They made their own disc shipment company at that point, where they're shipping out movies just like Netflix. And then I had stopped at that point. I don't know what their demise was. I'm sure it was
Their demise was not going digital.
Yeah.
They were super turned off by the idea of going digital, and
Of
Netflix
streaming?
completely fucking embraced it. And everybody was like, "Hey, this digital shit's fucking sick."
because you guys probably remember Netflix has been around since '97.
Yeah,
I don't.
the disc, dude. I'm telling you, you used to fucking watch Netflix on a disc.
Well, yeah. I remember back before they streamed.
Yeah,
In 2010, I was having discs shipped to me through Netflix.
Mhm.
But I didn't remember them being around in '97. Of course, my family didn't have a computer until fucking 2008 then anyway. So, like, my family would have been. We didn't have cable. We're not going to be fucking taking shit from Netflix.
Cable's overrated.
cable is overrated.
It
I haven't
is
had
like
cable
even
in
nowadays.
years, dude.
Like even nowadays, I want to have cable just because it's like what you fall back on when you don't have anything to watch. But
Dude, I fucking
like,
I
what's
got
the point? I have
Hulu.
4 different streaming services.
I got Hulu Live, and I can watch like fucking football and just like all kinds of fucking random
Way
shit.
cheaper. Way
Dude,
cheaper.
it's so much cheaper.
Then DirecTV, yeah,
Then yeah, dude, fuck cable.
you're paying $120 for 100 channels that you can't watch shit on.
I mean that's where we're at. Like I saw a story, or AT&T. Obviously, you think phones immediately for AT&T. Then you realize that they have their Uverse stuff, and I think they have a part of the DirecTV. Their stock is about to go to washout below $27, whereas Verizon's somewhere like $50-$60 per stock. And AT&T is taking a huge hit. Corona time.
They have cable now. Yeah, AT&T's got cable. They got Wi-Fi. Yeah, they have all sorts of shit.
Huge hit.
Yeah, a lot of these companies. I mean, they change with time, and it's interesting to see how it goes. I mean, so Ryan Reynolds opened up his own streaming company.
Did he?
Yeah,
He
but it only
bring,
has one movie on it.
Deadpool?
No, you would
It's
think,
only
right?
it's only a Rick Moranis movie where Rick Moranis is just being Rick Moranis.
Yeah, it's one movie that he
That's a hard
did.
name to say.
Yeah, it's one movie that Ryan Reynolds did, and it's like a low grade. It's not one of his better movies that you would know, and it's
Okay.
only that. That's the only thing on the streaming app.
It's two
Like,
guys, a girl, and a
Ryan
pizza
is
place.
now
in the-
just trolling things. Like he also has his own phone company. He came out with Mint Mobile.
He's got Mint. He just sold his gin company for a shit ton of money.
Oh,
He's
did he
doing
sell
great.
aviation gin?
Yeah, he sold the gin company. He sold that shit.
Like all of these celebrities coming up with alcohol. The Rock's got the fucking tequila.
I've yet to find that yet. I'm surprised they don't have it in Class 6.
A rock
It's in the
tequila?
Class 6. It's sitting right up front by the fucking PX over here.
Do you smell what the Rock is drinking?
It's tequila.
Hermana
protein
Tequila
shakes.
Blanco?
Yeah, I mean it looks good, but I don't like tequila, so there's that.
That's what's wrong with you.
There's a lot of things wrong with me. Let's cover that right now. Tequila's gross. I don't like tequila. I'm not one of those guys that can just sip it. I don't.
Sip it. Sip tequila.
No, it's
Don't mix it.
spicy. I don't like it.
God damn. Is this spicy mayo?
Yeah, this milk's too fucking spicy.
It's not actually spicy, but for some reason, tequila has like a peppery taste to me.
This must be
I just
eggnog.
don't like
'cause
the
this is really
flavor.
spicy.
I just don't like the flavor of it. I don't. Can't do it.
All right, I dominated. Somebody else pick something, or else I got something else.
So I have something political, so I can hold on to that till the
Oh
end.
Lord.
What do you got?
So
All right.
I was listening to my news sources, and
Uh-huh.
one of them was talking about what President Trump has hinted that he will not go peacefully into the.
Oh, dude, that's been all over the place.
Dude. The Pentagon was like, no, dude. No, like,
well, like they even
once-
like a lot of
once you
Republican
lose-
congressmen were like, no, like obviously he's going to, give it up just like we have for the last 100 some odd years.
yeah,
And Lindsey
then
Graham's
he's,
like, yeah,
he's like standing right behind him, and he's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
nope.
Nope.
So I'm going to make the quick disqualifier. We here at the Underqualified and Overcompensated do not publicly endorse any candidate. You make your own choices. If Trump loses for me, it's not a big deal. I don't want Biden to win. I have a third choice. That's my own personal choice. But
Is it Joe?
Mama Joe.
It's Mama Joe.
I've been hearing a lot about her.
Mama Jojo, man. Watch our podcast episode with Spike Cohen and Dr. Joe Jorgensen. They were really good episodes. The Spike one, I would say, was better only because we had more time.
Yeah.
And we went deep in depth with him.
And
Dr. Joe had 20 minutes. She gracefully gave us 40.
Yeah.
Kept her distracted.
I did not know that you guys had her on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
We're kind of a big
I'm
deal.
a master. I'm
couple
a master
episodes.
fucking marketing.
How did you do
genius.
that?
I fucking emailed him, man.
We
That's it?
blackmailed.
And
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, you're a podcast that averages
yeah.
like."
They
50
didn't even
views?"
look. They didn't even look to see how many followers we had.
No. Hold on.
Yeah, I
Wait.
messaged him. I was like, "Hey, I would love to have you guys on as a third-party candidate. I think that's a viable option and a great thing to promote. Let's talk about it." And then it wasn't even like how many followers do you have? What's your platform? It was, Thursday. How does that sound? I'm like,
Yeah, brother.
and like I'm talking to their head media manager. Like, I wasn't talking to intern Dave in the fucking office. Like, it was insane. And like I'm calling him. I'm like driving around fucking clean, talking to him on the phone about when we can get dates and shit. Like, I felt like a big deal for 2 weeks until our followers went back down.
I'm trying to find those
Chosen,
episodes.
is it this one, the chosen one with Dr. Joe Jorgensen?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of misleading.
What?
Because there
Yes,
was
that's
one
the
where
name
we
of the
thought we were
episode.
going to have her. And,
wait,
it
yeah.
Oh,
Which
so
one
this
was
is
it?
Not it.
So there was
Uh,
one where she couldn't make it that day. And
It has
so-
15,000 views. Is this it?
Yep, the 15,000 view one. That's it.
Yeah,
The 15,000 view was the legitimate one.
Yes.
because
Wait, And then there is another with Dr. Joe.
that's
So that
the
was
one
the
we
first
were,
one.
Yeah, we sat there with just like straight filler, like.
Okay. And
Still
then
did well though. And then the Spike Cohen episode. Very good. Like, you would like Spike. He's a very
Spike was cool as
dude.
hell.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
dude, I
Like,
wish I was here for all that shit. I would love to talk politics.
Well, if you
with
didn't disappear,
well, like, and what was it? The Joe Jorgensen episode. Firth wasn't even here. He was out
Nah.
fucking doing med coverage or something.
and I was pulling fucking CQ and staff duty, and I had to like show up, and I apologized to Dr. Joe Jorgensen. Sorry, ma'am.
Oh yeah, you were a little late, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, but they were very good episodes, very educational, informational, very, very good. Kind of opened my eyes to different options, and I mean, I still don't necessarily agree 100% with the libertarian view, but it definitely opened up another line of thought that I like.
Honestly, I can
Because-
go libertarian or Republican. Just the current Democratic choice is ridiculous. That's just me.
I mean, I agree, and
I
it's
mean, I can't. I can't.
You
I
can't
can't.
not agree.
Like, no. Listen, I
you're going
fucking hate
Biden.
him. I fucking hate
Biden.
Biden. Biden's a fucking. I fucking hate Biden.
You're riding with Biden.
But
It's okay. I'm not going to
Biden-
shame you. You're
dude,
wrong.
I'm riding with Biden because I fucking have to.
What do
So,
you mean?
I don't
you
want
have
Biden.
so
I
you
don't-
only have to
When the
if you
sitting
dismiss the
president
third
is
party.
when the sitting president is threatening democracy as a whole.
I mean, that's fine. So you only
So-
feel like you have to because you don't think a third party option is viable.
It's not because she hasn't been able to be on the debates, and that's part of the
That's-
fucking
She'll never be
downfall
able to.
of.
She'll never be on the debates.
I know it's the downfall of fucking American politics. It favors the two-party system.
What was
You have to
the
get
last?
15%, and they'll still never let her on. And
Was-
you can only get 15% if you put her in the polls, which she's not in.
What was Perot? Was Perot libertarian?
Ross Perot, yeah.
Yeah. He was
Yeah,
the
but that
last
was back
libertarian
in the-
candidate I ever saw at debates,
Yeah, it was in the 80s.
and he was a
And that's
fucking
why
nightmare.
they started the 15% vote. The polling part for 15% was because of Ross Perot. because in that election he stole a lot of votes, or not stole, he swayed a lot of voters to come towards him because he was in the debates. And so a lot of people say that's why who was the Democratic person?
That would have been Clinton during that time.
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
it
So a
would've
lot of people say that's why George Bush Sr. lost. Was because of Ross Perot.
Okay.
And so that's why they started the 15% voting in the poll to be in the debate.
Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Because I saw a meme today that was like, this is what our debate stage looks like. And it was Republican and Democrat. It's like, this is what it should look like. Republican, Democrat, Libertarian Party, and the Green Party. They're all viable options. Like, they're going to get plenty of votes this election.
But the way that so it's a lot more than just them not being able to debate. The way that everything is currently set up with the district votes and fucking the way the electoral college, everything favors the two-party system.
No one wants to lose that power.
Right, but until we introduce like a fucking ranked voting system,
or an actual
where yes and no.
Just an actual
because even an actual majority vote still favors a two-party system.
Of course, because the majority that's voting is one of the parties.
Right. So if you get 40%, which is still not a majority, but the other two split the other fucking 60, so you have 40, 30, 30, then the majority of Americans are still not getting what they want. But they got the most.
So the whole 40% thing that's not an actual majority. That's a different thing, and I can't remember a lot of it. But Hassan Minhaj from the Patriot, he did an episode on the Electoral College, and he explained what a true majority vote is. And there's some weird finagling in there when it comes to that percentage, and it makes a lot of sense, and that's what we should go towards. And it was a great episode. I would recommend you watch it, even though you hate him. Nope. I don't know why you hate him. I think he's brilliant, but
actually, I'm thinking of somebody else.
Who are you thinking of?
Was it ranked voting?
Kinda. So he called it like true majority voting, like actual majority voting, and in a rough, uneducated sense of explaining it, you have like your 5 options. And then when it went through and voted, and let's say it was like 40%, 30, whatever went down, there was a way to where those people fell off. And then it actually got to the point where one of the candidates would actually get more than 50%, get a true majority vote.
And it
didn't consist of like 2 voting. It was, I'm not smart enough to explain it. And it was a long time ago that I watched it.
Okay.
But I'm dumb enough to say, wouldn't it be
so you're underqualified?
Wouldn't it be smart though to just remove the Electoral College and each vote count as a vote?
See, that's what I say as well. Yes. But then people say the highly populated areas like New York and San Francisco and LA would then have but it's still 1 for 1, right?
But right now it's the exact same but opposite.
So 1 person, 1 vote. I personally think that would be the best way to do it.
Yes. The Electoral College is straight fucking trash.
It is straight trash. Right now, people in major cities, their votes are worth 1,000 times less than a single person in fucking just in the middle of bumfuck Nebraska.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because they have less voting. They have less Electoral College votes.
So that's basically what he's saying.
So
their vote is valued more than somebody in like Wyoming or something.
Well, no, he was saying the opposite. He was saying people in larger cities have less votes than people in rural.
Correct.
Either way.
They have less Electoral College though. So because in bumfuck Nebraska, or Nebraska as a whole, only gets 16, I'm rough numbering it, right? 16 Electoral College. Like Idaho, for example. I know they get 4. Because we only have 2 million people in the state, right?
Show you.
So they get 4, and that's because we're not as densely populated, but we're largely rural, so we only get 4. That person in LA per capita, they get way more. They get just as many, if not more, Electoral College if you spread it throughout the state than the whole state of Idaho.
But the kicker for me is that all of Idaho could, like, let's say, vote and I'm not trying to say I want to vote Democrat, but everyone in Idaho could vote Republican, but the Electoral College can go, let's go Democrat this year. So your vote counted for nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
And
and
also,
that's
like,
why it should be
this-
one person, one vote, because like California, for example, all of northern part of California, for the most part, is largely Republican. And a lot of their votes don't matter worth shit because more population is in the bigger cities. So that's why I say, like, you have a point, Blake, but I would say it's flipped. People in rural areas actually have less of a vote when it comes to people in larger cities because they control it, because that's where the population is.
It should be 1 for 1.
So if your bigger cities
Rico,
are more Republican or more
2024.
Democrat, they're going to go against the rest of the state.
But that's not how districts work. That's not how the way that like everything is set up and fucking like gerrymandered and misfucked.
Well, yeah, gerrymandering is another thing that needs to go fuck away.
It's just like people
We
are
just need to
not,
start over. Can we just write a new,
We
with
really
2020
fucking
being
do,
such
man.
a shit show, let's just start a new Declaration of Independence of 2021.
Why are we all playing Fallout 2020 this year? Brought to you by Not Bethesda.
We just need to write a new Declaration of Independence 2021.
No, the first one was fine.
Well,
I want bear
you're right,
arms.
the first one was not bad. It's what it's the amendments they added on. They're like, oh, just these little bits.
This doesn't
Gerrymandering,
seem-
electoral college.
Electoral College is trash, and if anybody watches this, you
I
need
do
to
think that
fight
one
people
person,
for
one
that
vote
shit.
would be better. To me,
Yes.
in just simple brain terms, right? One person,
American
one
Idol
vote makes
rules.
sense. Yeah.
The voice rule.
ranked popular.
Yeah. So what do you mean by ranked voting? What do you
So
mean? by
okay, so instead of just casting your vote for one person as
that?
you do now,
That's
you
literally
rank
what you're
your
saying
people.
right now
So you
is
say
what-
my first choice is whoever, my second choice is whoever, and then 3 and 4, right? So then if your first choice doesn't get enough of the fucking vote, then it goes down to your second choice, and so on and so forth
No,
until
I
an
don't like that
actual
at all.
majority is found.
so that's the true majority. You're correct. So that's
Yeah.
what
What?
Hassan Masnaj was talking about. So
No, 1 for 1. What the fuck are you guys talking
Well,
about?
no. It still
No,
is
it
one
is
for
one
one
for
vote,
one.
but it's
But if
you
your
get a
top choice
true
doesn't go, you
majority.
get the next one.
Right. It's
That's-
like when you're trying to pick a duty station.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so
we
it's
don't have any choice in anything, though.
so it's a true
You're
majority.
basically saying that picking the president should be your choice or needs of the country.
No. So doing the rank thing, it's a true majority because then you don't end up with someone who got 40% of the vote, right? That's not a majority. What he's saying is you rank your people from 1 through 5. So like
I
for
don't want my third
me, I would
place
put
choice to win. My third place.
no,
choice
it wouldn't be
would
the third place choice. It would be the first place one because more people ended up voting for it.
I'm very confused by this. I'll come back to
So
this when
let's
it's
say
over.
if I was on the thing, right, and all 3 of us put me as number 1 vote,
Mhm.
I only get 3.
Mhm.
So when it comes to the ballot changing, those 3 votes don't go to me because I got a minority of it, like a desperate minority. So then those go to your second choice.
Who's doing it?
This
It's
is
fucking,
just as stupid as the Electoral College. What do you-
No.
what the-
I promise it makes more sense. You just had
Yeah.
too much.
Also,
I only had 2
you're
drinks, but you're gonna.
a dirty fucking liar. You
Two-
told me
two
before
drinks.
this you were drunk.
Two
but
drinks. is a
also-
Yeah,
lot
but I only had 2
to
drinks
talk
though.
about.
You also have to understand that we're not educated enough to explain this well.
No, but
No one
Okay,
can
so look.
explain it well. Your 1 vote for the person you pick should go to the person that you picked.
okay. So let's say that you have 4 candidates. Okay.
Okay.
And whoever you put in your top slot gets
Mhm.
1 vote. Whoever you put in your second slot gets 0.75 votes. Third slot 0.5, and fourth slot 0.25. Okay. So
Oh,
then
you
you
lost
take
them.
all of those values from everybody voting and you combine them, and whoever has the fucking most value wins.
Does that make more sense?
It does, and I hate you for it.
It makes more sense.
All right, I got it. I got through to Rico.
It's
So,
still fucking trash, but I get what you're saying
it's
now.
it's
It's
better,
than what we have.
It's better than casting a vote and just hoping that some fucking asshole.
Who
goes
happens to be the
with the
governor's
vote.
cousin?
Yeah,
Rico 2024, baby.
Yeah, it's still trash, but it's better than what we had. It's closer. So I think the rake voting is not bad. I think the best thing would be a 1-for-1 vote.
1-for-1.
one of the
Doesn't matter
states
where
is
you're
doing it. One of the states is doing ranked voting.
Maine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think 1-for-1 voting, because the people who don't like 1-for-1 voting are the people who don't like the majority populace of
Let's
opinion.
let's
So
be
they're the
honest
ones
here.
that think that their opinion's going to get
Let's-
discounted because
let's-
of a majority of people.
Let's be honest about who those people are.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Republicans.
Do we want to talk about the new SCOTUS?
No, I
candidate?
don't want to talk about the fucking.
No,
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
and what it'll take. We got 5 minutes before we wrap. Less than
Fucking
5.
A.
Oh,
dude.
do we? I
Do
like
we?
how Rico always limits us.
It's good. It's
We,
'cause he
we
knows
want
he's
people.
like-
We want people to follow through and say, "This is an hour" or "This is 3 hours long."
Yeah.
So
How long am I tuning in for today?
yeah,
Who fucking knows?
it's largely Republicans that don't like the 1-for-1 because, in my personal opinion, if it's 1-for-1 vote, right, and let's say I vote Republican, but a majority of the populace, 1-for-1, true 1-for-1 vote,
1-for-1
voted
is what it
in
is.
Joe Biden, then I'll be like, okay, you guys win this one.
Yes, because your vote actually counted 1-for-1.
Like,
Not
you win
some-
this one. You actually get the numbers. Like, with the 1-for-1 voting, by
But-
what we had by popular vote, Hillary Clinton would be president right now.
When's the last time a Republican won the popular vote?
Bush.
When?
Regular Bush.
Which one?
Bush OG.
Junior. He won it
Dude,
on
which
the
election?
first?
The first one was decided by the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So
It was first Bush.
First Bush.
senior?
I think so. Because after that, you had
Pulling it up.
after Clinton, you had a lot. There's just so much. Hey, we need recounts. We need people to decide this instead of just taking the counters votes.
So it looks like senior. Bush
Bush
senior
Senior was the last one.
was the last Republican to win the popular vote
Okay.
No,
Did
it-
Obama win the popular
and
vote?
and the presidency. Yes. This is a Wikipedia article of list of United States presidential elections in which the winner lost the popular vote, and the
Yep.
last two are George Bush and Donald Trump.
Bush Jr.
Yeah, in 2000,
Okay.
he lost the popular vote.
John Quincy Adams lost in 1824. I don't know why
Yes.
people aren't more upset about
Yes. Rutherford B. Hayes in 1876, and then Benjamin Harrison in 1888.
that. And these people won or became
They-
president, even though they lost the.
Correct. They lost the popular vote and became president anyway.
Oh yeah, so he over Al Gore, because even Al Gore even did a re-vote, didn't he?
There's a lot of them.
Recounts, multiple. It was a whole fucking thing.
That presidency was decided by the Supreme Court, which is why Supreme Court seats are very fucking important.
So we talking about SCOTUS?
I guess we might as well fucking hit this fucking bullshit.
I have something very incendiary to say.
So
I gotta pee though, so I'm gonna leave the stream for a second.
Oh, we're going past the
I mean,
5
straight
minutes. then.
leaving.
No. He just removed his video.
All right. I
So-
have not done any research at all on this person.
Neither have I. Rico knows a little bit more, which is why I don't know why he dropped that nugget in the dip, but I do know just from listening to the news, there were two women that he was considering. One
He
from
nominated
Florida.
one.
He finally nominated one. He was
He
supposed to by
nominated,
the end of the week.
dude,
so-
I saw it on the fucking news when I was walking through the airport. Barrett.
Coney Barrett, Amy Cohen.
Amy Coney Barrett.
Barrett. Yep.
I haven't done any research on this person.
Do you think
At
they should
all.
act? Do you think that they are out of hand for nominating this person? Because last election
Okay,
was a whole
so
big thing, but that was 8 months before the election,
will-
not 2 months. So
I will say that they are within their right to, but it's a fucking dick move because they made Obama wait, and he respected that. Obama was like, "Hey man, all right, I'll respect that. I'll wait until after the fucking election, and then after the election, the Republicans won. They nominated their fucking Kavanaugh, fucking alcoholic piece of shit, and then." And then,
hey there, pot calling the kettle black. Calm down.
what? I don't drink.
Now, we all had our
Yeah.
moments. We all
Never
had our
drink.
moments in the sun.
But then now they're going back on that, and they're like, no, we can.
Well,
Suck it.
the
So
weird
it's
thing
like
is
the
when they were
Democrats-
shaming Obama for doing it 8 months prior,
Yeah,
and then now 2 months prior, they're like, "No, it's fine."
dude. Yes, they're like, nah, it's gonna happen. I
So,
hope
I
they
agree with
fucking
you. It
impeach him
is
again.
their right to nominate him, but I do think that they naturally
scumbag
should
move.
wait because it's kind of a dick move. Because depending on what happens in November, it's their last. I understand why they're doing it. It's political.
Oh,
power.
yeah.
It's their last little toehold to get a Republican in the
There's
Supreme Court.
there's
But
a
if
quote.
it's a Democratic president, they should be able to nominate whoever the fuck they want.
There's a quote.
And also, if they're Democratic or Republican, shouldn't fucking matter for the Supreme Court. It's literally the Supreme Court. Which at least Kavanaugh, that everyone fucking hated, was quoted a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was a couple months ago, but he was quoted saying, this will not affect, my political affiliation will not affect my voting on the Supreme Court. That is the point of the Supreme Court. I'm going to follow the law. And he's done that since he's been on. He has just gone with the law against the Republican means, but that's what it should be. It shouldn't be, and I think they asked Amy Coney Barrett about that since she is pro-choice. They're like, so if a vote comes up for abortion, will you vote pro-choice? She's like, I will vote for the law. She's like, I will go towards the law rather than voting. So she's
What does that
saying
mean?
that
Like,
her
what does that mean though?
that if people bring up valid arguments like most law is decided, she will vote that way. She's not just going to go in and automatically vote pro-life because she's a pro-lifer.
Is this the same one that thought that Roe v. Wade was a mistake?
I mean, could have been. I don't know. She's also now in politics, so I instantaneously don't trust her.
So you don't trust politicians.
No, because you're trying to
But
sway
your boy
me.
Biden's been in politics for 47 years, and now he's going to do something.
I don't trust him either. Why do you keep throwing on me that I'm a Biden supporter? When
It's
have
just
those
funny.
words ever exited my mouth?
He's been in politics for 47 years and done nothing besides promote segregation
And that should
And-
never, ever
and-
happen.
and do cultural appropriation every time he has a chance to do it. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. The Latino
love that.
voters, I'm going to play Despacito.
Despacito. Fucking.
And
I love it so much.
I'm basically Latin by association. This
Do you
is
think-
the guy you want to fucking vote for?
Do you think that President Trump and Biden's
fucking-
handlers like talk to each other every so often through text and be like, hey, so how do you handle this shit when he does it? And be like, dude, I was going to ask you how you handle it when he does shit like
Was he in the photo with Pelosi when they put on African colors and did Wakanda Forever on
He
the floor?
wasn't. He wasn't. That was just Pelosi and her other people.
Dude,
Wakanda forever.
this is
Oh
bullshit.
my word.
So I don't think you should be able to be in politics as a senator or congressman for 40 fucking years.
No.
No.
Should not be a thing. You can
Term
only be a
limits.
president for 8. I believe that you should only be able to be a congressman or a senator for so long. And if you're a congressman and you do it for, let's say, 5-year limit, right? You can then become a senator for another 5-year limit, and then hell, fuck it, run for president for another 4 to 8 years.
Or get
Cool.
appointed to a fucking cabinet position.
Yeah, or get appointed
Like,
to a cabinet
that would
position. But
be
you should not be
much
sitting
better.
in politics for 30 plus fucking years. Bernie
No.
Sanders, Biden, Mitch fucking McConnell.
What the Oh God! I wasn't
And
gonna-
then
I'm
they
not
go
gonna
for
buy-
presidency. I brought this up in previous podcasts. Like the entire Democratic debate stage was like, elect me for president, and I will change this. Bitch, if you got the secret, tell us now.
Here's what he wanted to change.
Why do I have to elect you?
He
You
didn't
already
want
know
his
what the
children
answer
to grow
is.
up- His children. He didn't want his children to grow up in a racial jungle. That's when he was promoting segregation.
Oh, I've
That's
watched some of
fucking
his
crazy.
old. I've watched some of his old Congress speeches.
They all have that. They
They're
all have it.
terrible.
Fucking
you know what I
Trump.
don't hate?
Trump has it. Biden has it. Hillary had it. Fucking. I think the only one that doesn't is Bernie. And
You
like
know-
he was arrested at fucking civil rights rallies and shit, like standing up for black people when it wasn't cool.
What I saw earlier today is Biden calls military members stupid bastards, and he's like,
I
Where
didn't
was
see that
this
one.
at?
I watched the video, and he's like, I don't know, it's probably overseas or some shit like that, and I was like, this is probably the least offensive thing that he's done. He's over there.
Oh, it's stupid.
Military members' language. This was the least offensive
Yeah.
thing he's ever fucking done.
He did it during a 2016 joke.
Yeah,
It was a joke.
He says.
Yeah,
Of
either
course,
way.
it's resurfacing. It's an election, but he was vice president at the time. Had been with his wife giving a speech to 1,000 members at the 380th Air Expeditionary Wing.
Oh,
in
okay. It
2016.
looked like it was a downrange thing, but because they were in like regular uniform instead of fucking dress uniform.
So he was making a joke in his speech. Said, "I have incredibly good judgment. One, I married Jill, his wife, and two, I appointed Johnson to the academy. I just want you to know that." And then like no one clapped, and he goes, "Clap for that, you stupid bastards."
He was just speaking our language. That's the
Yeah,
So he's-
like
only
he was
cultural
connecting with his.
Yeah, he was
He
speaking
knew-
veteran.
He knew his audience.
Yes. He should have flipped him off too, and they would have been like, ah.
Racially, he doesn't understand his audience. Military member, he understands it.
Yeah, I don't mind that
Hey,
statement at all. What about didn't recently President Trump call us fucking idiots or
He
something like
called
that?
us losers. He called us
Yeah,
all
that's what it
fucking losers, dude. Fucking goddamn Captain Bone Spurs over here calling us all losers.
Captain Boatspurs.
Okay, so
Biden serves?
so Biden didn't. I think his son did.
The son that
Uh,
also took a lot of money from Russia.
No, his son didn't.
heirs.
It's funny that you bring it up. With
Came out.
fucking Ivanka is the fucking like foreign aid leader or some fucking bullshit.
He
And
didn't say that other side wasn't sketchy as shit. He's
He's-
just saying the other one's sketchy too. We've
No, and-
discussed our problem with his entire cabinet.
I found this fucking shit out, dude. 175 years. The past 175 years, the Trump family has nobody that has served in the fucking military.
I saw that in a meme, but I didn't.
Yeah, that was my meme. And
I saw that in a meme, but I don't trust memes as facts. But
Okay.
made me think.
Always fact check.
you got it?
I'm not fact checking.
I'm
Well,
looking.
I'll
No,
fact check it.
he said in the very first episode he's not the fact check guy.
I'm not. I do though.
So
Yep. Ash is calling time.
Biden, like Trump, received multiple draft deferments from Vietnam.
4.
I'm a scrolling. 5
When-
student draft deferments. First as an undergraduate, and after
When
a medical
the-
exam, he received the 1Y, which meant he could only be drafted in a national emergency.
So what
So it
happened
doesn't
was
say as
when
to
the
what.
doc at MEPS looked at his butthole when he was spreading his cheeks, it was not a military appropriate butthole.
Nope, it was not dress right dress. He
Dude, that shit made me-
disqualified
I
for
was like,
service
what are they
because
looking for?
of- Yeah, right. Like, hold on, let's take a minute.
Like,
What are you looking at my butt for?
if I had known this was happening, I would have trimmed up back there.
Well, like, and
That's what we're
I
looking
had
for.
this explained to
Turned up
me.
and disqualified.
So I had this explained to me by one of my docs in the past. He's like, well, they're looking for like hemorrhoids and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have a bunch of soldiers with hemorrhoids. Like that sucks, but it doesn't limit them. I don't know. But he was disqualified for having asthma.
Okay, that's a fucking valid reason.
So 90% of the army that has asthma and doesn't report it.
Yeah. That's about
Yeah.
the only way you're getting in. If you
Well,
if
and
you
see,
ever
so-
got diagnosed with it, you're fucked.
Here's the thing, though. They're saying, so if it was already found, and like he's like, oh yeah, I have asthma, then that's okay. You have asthma, you can't serve. But this was found after his first deferment, and then he went to a medical evaluation, which they did back then to see if you were good to go. So this could be, used from the other side, saying that he said he had asthma, so he couldn't go. So that's still like draft dodge? I don't know. Unless he actually fucking has asthma. I don't know.
Let me see your
Also,
inhaler.
how do you have bone spurs when you're like 22?
That'll happen. That will happen.
What happened? Okay. Hey, why are you trying to vote for President Trump? Huh? Throwing the blame on the other side. So, let me see. I'm interested about the Trump family. I'm fact checking you.
Fact
You
check
and your
these
meme.
nuts.
I think the military service thing is legit.
Yeah. Actually, one of the very first ones I saw was President Bone Spur has no vets in his family tree.
Yeah.
I would
Paul
vote for
McCain
President
over
Bone
there.
Spur right now. One
I
for
mean, I'm
one
down with the
voting.
name.
President Bone Spur.
I'm down with the name President Bone Spur. All right. So yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I'm interested with this election. I really hope that they do have that somehow they have a third party candidate on the debate stage. Obviously, it won't fucking happen, but I throw my hopes to the heavens.
I thought
See
she was
if it
close.
works.
Oh, she's on all 50 ballots, but not in the.
She's on all 50 ballots, but in order to get the 15%, you have to be on the national polls, which they will not include her in.
Yeah.
Because
they hate
of
women.
that. I'm riding with it. I will ride that fucking
It
cancel
sounds like you're
train
riding
until
Biden. President Bone Spur.
I hope it happens. Personally, I hope that Joe Rogan takes that offer to have all three of them on a debate stage. Do his own debate. I saw that.
I hope he puts them in the octagon and they fight it out, and whoever wins wins.
You know what? I would 100% pay pay-per-view to see those two old, wrinkly men just slap fight each other in an octagon. I would do it. I would watch that.
My bone spurs.
Right in the bone spur. Right? See, so Trump can't walk well. Bone stirs. Biden, he's got breathing issues.
And here comes Joe with a chair.
Yeah, they both got shaky water drink hands. So, and if they put a ramp up to the octagon, Trump can't do it.
This ramp was unfair.
Dude, to see
Have
those
you-
two fight would
God.
just probably be the saddest fucking shit I've ever seen.
Oh,
Final thoughts,
So-
gentlemen.
So I have what we're gonna close out to. What we're gonna close out to is the Trump versus Ramp song. That's what we're gonna add out on. But what's your final thoughts there, gentlemen?
What do you got? Balake. That's how you pronounce it. It's a family name.
I don't know. I just want to bring up more other shit. So
Save it.
Rico tries to cut it short.
yeah.
Save it. We need a smaller runtime. We've been going too long for a long time.
24-hour stream?
Oh.
What'd you say?
Before I go on my spicy vacation,
Oh
Maybe
man.
next if
that'd be the 11th for my spicy vacation. So.
Blake, we'll do an election stream. How's that sound?
And
Me and you. We'll do a drunk election stream.
oh wow, I'm super jealous on that.
I know. I
Okay.
wish you would be there. And then hopefully Firth will be back, and then it can just be all three of us just getting
I'll
drunk
have
talking about
Wi-Fi.
I really want to talk to
I'm
Firth.
super cell.
Hey man, if it doesn't violate OPSEC, go for it. How'd they find your location? Underqualified and overcompensated podcast.
Can't tell you, man.
Hashtag this 8-digit coordinate.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for listening. I swear I will upload all the episodes to Spotify eventually.
There's that.
I might. I appreciate everyone watching. I appreciate all the love. To close us out, ladies and gentlemen, President Trump versus a ramp.
Get down that ramp. I said, there's no way. There's no way.
Move your fucking mouse off the screen.
Without falling on my ass. There's no way.
I prefer the
General
Nancy,
Ramp.
you shouldn't get caught song.
I don't want that. And this was a steel ramp. Really, really steep. No handrail. It was like an ice skating rink. I said, there's no way. There's no way. I can make it down that ramp without falling on my ass.
Captain Hulu.
I did little steps when I was 10 feet short.
Good night.
I ran
I think I have to have this up so we don't get sued.
We have to be on here. This is a React video now.
He looks very handsome. Yeah. Oh.
Impersonation of the ramp.
Trending number one. And the ramp was probably 10 yards long.
The question is on COVID.
I think you're going to have a big surprise, a beautiful surprise, sooner than anybody would think. But the answer
That's
is
my pickup line.
I ran.
Sooner than you would think.
Oh, he's just talking about how steep the ramp was, and that dude's like, "This is a COVID briefing." Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. Love you.
Good night.
Later.